Welcome back to the Boys of Summer. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Mac.
Glad to have you guys back, and if you're new, welcome. We are here today with another 80s actor who we adore for the most part, Dan Aykroyd.
The Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, man. Mac, we really don't have much working on now. He's not working on anything, correct?
Yeah, his recent projects are pretty slim. I think he's going to narrate a World War II type thing.
Okay, yeah. So we're going to jump right into his bio, and we're going to start from the bottom up on this one. So Dan Aykroyd, born in Ottawa, Canadian.
Canada, eh?
He was in skit shows in Toronto, where he was discovered back in the day, for you who don't know. They had to get together in groups and do the skit shows. There was no internet. There were no podcasts.
What?
Yeah, they had to actually work to be discovered, not just throw it out to me, the people, easily. So, while he was up there doing a skit, the famous John Belushi walks in on scouting trip.
No way.
Yeah, up in Toronto. Saw Dan Aykroyd, fell in love, snatched him up, and what did we get? SNL.
So John Belushi then brought him on to SNL.
Right.
Wow, and that's 4 or 5 seasons he was on SNL after that. Yeah, from 75 to 79.
Yeah, he was part of that group that was known as Not Yet Ready for Prime Time.
Right, it was like him and Steve Martin,
Chevy Chase, Eddie Murphy,
Bill Murray,
all those,
Gilda Radner.
Yeah, all those icons came right in with him. And he done something most of them wasn't able to do. He was able to turn his skits into hit movies.
That's right, because so many SNL skits, they try, and I'm looking at you, Night of the Roxbury.
I love, come on.
A for effort.
Don't say one negative word about Night of the Roxbury.
I'm just saying A for effort.
That's a funny movie, for me. So we're talking about now the Blues Brothers.
Yes. One of his ultimate creations from his characters that he created while working on SNL. One of his biggest characters that he created on SNL with him and John Belushi. Huge. Yeah,
and, that band actually hit. They toured for 3 years and made 3 albums.
Yeah, and actually he's a huge blues fan, and got John Belushi into the blues too.
Right, and now he owns, if you didn't know, he co-owns the House of Blues. That was his creation too. He's just a creator.
He goes out and gets it.
So they rocked it in Blues Brothers. That movie had so many great cameos. Aretha Franklin was in there, James Brown, Carrie Fisher.
Fun fact, him and Carrie Fisher kind of got together when they met on that movie.
One night stand there?
No, it got serious, man. They were engaged.
Dan Aykroyd was engaged to Carrie Fisher.
Dan Aykroyd was engaged to Carrie Fisher. But get this.
Is this one of the things like you done with me with the whole Mr. Rogers is a sniper?
No. These are true facts.
Really?
Really.
That's great.
He even spoke out when she died. Like touching memory.
Really?
Really.
What year was it?
From 81 to 83, was it?
Oh, so she's coming right off of Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, yeah.
She's one of the hottest, youngest, most beautiful actresses
most
in
desired
Hollywood.
Fucking Princess Leia herself.
Wow.
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. Look at you. He's looking at you, man. Now, I do know his wife is a stunner.
Donna Dixon.
What
a lady.
For those who don't know, Donna Dixon, Spies Like Us. She was the actual real spy. Played Chevy Chase's love interest in that. Dan Aykroyd's a ladies' man.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Carrie Fisher left him for Paul Simon.
Wow. Oh, that had to hurt.
Yeah.
She left him Paul Simon. She married Paul Simon, though, right?
Yeah. for a number of years.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that years ago.
Yeah.
That she was married to Paul Simon.
So, but then he just went and met Donna, got married, had a bunch of kids. They've been married ever since.
Yeah, they met on Dr. Detroit.
Yep.
I believe is the name of that movie. Weird movie. But, ladies, can you help me understand something? Is Dan Aykroyd desirable? I don't get it. I always see him as the nerd. That's kind of the thing he played.
Right?
I mean, he is funny. Girls like funny.
So they say.
But you're not funny. You have to be funny to know this fact.
Guess so.
Oh, good Lord. So, please leave it in the comments. I'm just curious. I don't see it.
Yeah, I would love to know if the ladies are actually into Dan Aykroyd, or if this is just he found the two.
Biggest two right then.
Yeah, I mean, what a two you can nail. Jeez.
And I seen a Donna Dixon recently.
Yeah, worth a Google, guys. Worth a Google.
She's still banging.
Yeah.
Hey, God. Good for him. It's nice to see the dork kind of pull it out. Just me. Okay, so we're coming off Blues Brothers, and we're hitting 80s, and 80s was gold for Dan Aykroyd.
Good times for the Aykroyd man.
That guy knocked it out of the park. We got, just listen to this list. This is some people half their careers. We got Trading Places, Ghostbusters, Spies Like Us, Dragnet, The Couch Trip, Great Outdoors, Caddyshack 2, My Stepmother's an Alien, Ghostbusters 2, and Driving Miss Daisy.
Wow. What a decade.
All in one decade. And that we didn't include the Blues Brothers. We've already talked about it.
Yeah.
So, Trading Places, him and Eddie Murphy.
One of the best.
That movie was great. It had the social problems in it and flipped it all around. I really enjoyed that. Ghostbusters, here we go.
What can we say about Ghostbusters?
We can say a lot about Ghostbusters.
You know, we're both children of the 80s, and I know Jeremy can probably agree. Ghostbusters was the first thing I ever was into.
First movie I ever saw in a theater.
First toys I ever collected. Ghostbusters.
Did you have the trap?
Yes, I had the trap. My friend had the proton pack.
I love the trap.
Love the trap.
I'm pretty sure most of the parents hated the trap.
Oh, it's a tripping hazard.
I can imagine how many toes got stubbed.
All right.
Kids just rolling it out there. That had to be fun. The Ghostbusters. So, this was his brainchild.
Yes. So, he created it. His original idea was they're fighting in space or in the future, something, fighting ghosts. And then, a little out there, but he's kind of an out there dude. More on that later. But he met Harold Ramis, and Harold was like, whoa, dude, settle down a little bit. Let's do this in New York. It'll be cool. Let me help you. And the rest is history.
Yeah, once they finished writing that, and they wrote it with so many different people in mind. John Belushi was supposed to play Bill Murray's part, Peter Venkman.
Yep.
And we didn't, of course, John Belushi. We'll get into that a little later.
Yeah.
We got John Candy, who was supposed to play Rick Moranis' part.
No way.
Yeah, he wanted to play it a different way with some dogs and stuff. And they said, hell no. So then Rick Moranis, who was kind of a co-writer on the last script.
Really?
With Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. But he's uncredited for some reason. I really need to find out why.
He's probably just helping out.
Yeah, so then they said, here, take this part and run with it. And he did. He killed it.
He is the keymaster.
I want to find the gatekeeper.
I bet you do.
So, Eddie Murphy was originally, Winston's character, was supposed to have been way earlier in the movie, and it's supposed to have been a big part.
Oh, yeah?
They offered it, they pitched it to Eddie Murphy, and he turned it down.
Why would he do that?
You know, right? You got all this getting ready to be a blockbuster.
Yeah.
He took another project that happened to gross the most in 1984. Can you Can you take a stab at what it is?
I'm guessing it's going to be one of my 8 favorite Eddie Murphy movies, Beverly Hills Cop.
It was Beverly Hills Cop. It actually outsold Ghostbusters by a couple million.
No way.
Yeah. So Ghostbusters is the absolute icon of the 84, but it wasn't the biggest moneymaker.
Wow.
Eddie Murphy stole that show. Now, here's an interesting fact.
All right.
William Aderton? I'm not sure how that's pronounced, people. Don't crucify me on this. He played Walter Peck.
Walter Peck.
Do you remember Walter Peck?
You mean Dickless?
Yes, it's true. That man has no dick. Love that line in the movie. So, after the movie released, for years, he couldn't just walk down the street without people harassing him. He literally got into bar fights because he was such a dick in that movie that people hated him. And to me, congratulations, man.
Wow. William, if you're listening, as long as the boys of summer are in house, you drink for free.
Right? Awesome. So, we're coming through the 80s. He has this ton of momentum going.
Mm-hmm.
Then we hit the 90s. And he comes out with his first directing. It's all his show. It's everything. It's all on him. And he brings us the wonderful film Nothing But Trouble.
Whoa. Did you just use the adjective wonderful?
Wonderful. Love that movie.
No. That movie is a travesty.
On what level? You got John Candy, you got Chevy Chase, you got Demi Moore, you got Dan Aykroyd. What more are you looking for?
I want a movie that doesn't make me feel like I'm going to throw up while I'm watching it.
What part made you almost throw up?
I mean, the costume design and the set design and the makeup. The movie is terrible. It's awful. I hated it so much. I mean, there are no words. This is Dan Aykroyd's passion project, correct?
Correct.
A passion project is always a failure. Always a bad idea. Because what it is, it's that celebrity finally got enough weight that any other person would have been told no. But this celebrity got enough weight behind him that, like, finally the studio says yes. And they let him do what he wanted to do. But that is not a good idea.
If you go by sales, I get it.
Yeah, you want to go by sales on that one?
What? I know it didn't make what it should have at the box office.
Do you know what the budget for that movie was?
I would say probably roughly around $20 million.
Double that.
$40 million budget.
$40 million budget.
It's really not a horrible budget for a movie.
Yeah, listeners, if you've seen this movie and seen the prosthetics and stuff like that in the movie, you'll know they wasted a lot of money.
The dick nose?
Oh, the dick nose. Oh, my God.
I laugh every time.
I throw up in my mouth every time. So, the domestic gross for Nothing But Trouble is $8,479,793.
What's your point?
It didn't even make a quarter of the money back.
I don't care about the money. Did Dazed and Confused make money at the box office? No. Is that not one of the most beloved cult classics ever? Yes.
Don't bring Ben Affleck into this.
There's nobody stink up a movie more than Ben Affleck.
Oh, we'll get to that another time.
Yeah, that's going to be an argument that's going to have to happen eventually. Nothing But Trouble. Great movie. Watch it.
No, please. Listeners, do yourself a favor. Pretend like it never happened. You will thank me later.
You didn't like the twins?
No. Talking about John Candy and drag?
No. I'm talking about the babies. Lil Boo Boo.
Oh, no.
Lil Devil and Boo Boo. Bobo?
No, they're so twisted.
I know. They just want to eat cereal. Have 2 bowls of cereal. What's wrong with them?
I don't like it.
You know what? You don't have to like it.
You know what, everybody? Why don't you watch the movie so that way you'll know that Jeremy is insane. But this is coming from the guy who's never seen Toy Story, so whatever.
Update. I have still not seen Toy Story. Although I was almost forced this very evening. So, we're coming off the great movie, Nothing But Trouble. Then he hits the My Girl stage, which was a new roundabout thing for him after Driving Miss Daisy. We learned he can do a little bit of drama, right?
Yeah.
He has Sneakers.
You know, he's doing the better roles, but he's taking a smaller part in the film.
It's dropping back. And then we get him into this. He makes this horrendous move to star beside Rosie O'Donnell in a piece of shit film called Exit to Eden.
Ugh.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Do you feel better that you watched it or worse?
No, I don't feel good about it.
That movie it's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I'm just say it.
No, yeah, it's fucking horrible.
Then he comes out of nowhere. Because I don't remember this movie being shopped around. I don't remember previews. Don't remember it in the theater. And then you watch it and there he is. And I'm talking about another cult classic, Tommy Boy.
I love his cameo in Tommy Boy.
Zelensky.
What a great character.
Perfect for him.
Perfect.
Smooth talking, to the point.
Fast talking.
And that's where we see the career end for Dan Aykroyd, in my opinion.
With that role?
Yes. At that role, he said, I'm doing cameos now.
You know,
from what I see, the only other thing he might have starred in was Celtic Pride.
Celtic Pride. You know, when I was a kid, I watched that movie probably 100 times on VHS with my little sister. I would not call that a great film.
Fair enough.
I would hesitate to call it a good film. But I sure enjoy it.
I love the premise that these Boston fans will do anything to win a championship.
Anything.
Even kidnap the star player on the other side. And they don't care. It's like Spygate with Bill Belichick and the Patriots. They don't give a damn how they win, as long as they win.
For those of you who don't know, Celtic Pride, starring Dan Aykroyd and Daniel Stern, and
Damon Wayans.
Yeah, pretty early on in his career, not really doing a lot of movies yet by that point.
I'd say he was coming off of In Living Color.
Yeah. So TV fame, not really a lot of movie fame, so that's kind of a big deal for him.
Yeah, he's probably, coming off of Last Boy Scout.
Yeah.
So, it was a nice direction for him. He'd not done really a comedy.
Yeah.
But getting back to Dan Aykroyd, he just never headlined anything.
Yeah, after that, he's just, he did do that Blues Brothers 2000.
That's what I was going to say.
He shouldn't have did that, man.
I'm mad at Dan Aykroyd for ruining John Goodman with that role. That's what I'm mad about. John Goodman should have said no.
That's just because other actors already said no.
I know. Yeah. Jim Belushi said no.
Yeah.
I remember. So after that, he hooks up. I don't know the relationship, what it is, with Adam Sandler. But he was in like 4 Adam Sandler movies.
A lot of cameos in Adam Sandler movies, yeah.
And one of them always bothered me was the fact that Callahan Otto from Tommy Boy is Callahan Institute
in 50 First Dates.
In 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd's in both of them.
Yeah. But so he didn't own Callahan Auto, but he bought Callahan Auto in Tommy Boy. So he bought the name. So after the events of Tommy Boy, he therefore owned the name Callahan, and he could, in theory, take it with him when he changed careers and moved to Hawaii. And since he owned the name Callahan, he did the Callahan Institute.
You're telling me Zelensky went from a brake pad guy to a brain surgeon?
No, he was auto part giant, not just brake pads. Come on.
So he goes from an auto parts giant. Well, to a brain dead, you're stupid. No, that doesn't make much sense to me. And maybe it's not supposed to. Maybe it was just a little fun thing they did.
Probably. I'm just making shit up.
But it kind of bugged me. That's just me. I fell in love with Vic Frohmeyer, that character.
Which character?
Vic Frohmeyer.
For what movie?
Oh, you disappoint me. Go stand in the corner.
Is that?
You're on timeout. Go.
Is that Neighbors?
Go. No. Just zip. You're not allowed to talk right now. Vic Frohmeyer is a hero of a suburb in Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, that movie.
That movie. Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, Dan Aykroyd. Perfect role for him. I loved it. It brought something new to the Christmas side.
And that's kind of Dan Aykroyd there for you as an actor. He is the ultimate supporting comedic actor. You know, he's the best friend character, or, you know, the boss, or whatever, but he's not the lead.
Disturbingly, we found out while preparing to do this podcast that at no time in Dan Aykroyd's career did he ever carry a movie alone. Let's look back at some of the favorites from the 80s. Trading Places, Eddie Murphy, Ghostbusters, Bill Murray, Howard Ramis, of course, Spies Like Us, Chevy Chase, Dragnet,
Tom Hanks,
The Couch Trip, Walter Matthau, The Great Outdoors, John Candy, Caddyshack 2, everybody. My Stepmother's an Alien, Kim Basinger, Ghostbusters 2, and Driving Miss Daisy with Morgan Freeman.
Even Blues Brothers, his creation.
John Belushi.
He had John helping him hold the movie up.
So if we look at the 9, you know, that hurts. I'm not happy to announce that.
I feel like we're just saying what we already knew. Come on, admit it.
We went through our whole lives and never even gave it. You heard Dan Aykroyd? Yes, one of the greatest actors ever.
Yeah, but how often have you ever heard someone say, "Hey, we're gonna go see the new Dan Aykroyd movie this weekend. You want to come?"
Solid point. It's always somebody else's movie.
Exactly.
Somebody else's lead.
It's more like, we're gonna go see the new so and so movie. Oh no, it's got Dan Aykroyd in it. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Loose Cannons. Is that right?
1990?
Was that 90? I believe that's 90. Gene Hackman. You know, that was a funny movie, though. I really enjoyed that. My Girl got outdone by an 8-year-old Macaulay Culkin. Or however fucking old he was. I don't know. Sneakers had a cast too big to talk about. He did headline Coneheads, a spinoff from SNL.
Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned Coneheads. Another one of his characters that he created.
Yeah.
And another SNL movie, you know?
It done good, I think. I don't.
I remember seeing it in the theaters as a kid.
You went to the theaters?
Yeah.
We didn't watch this SNL in our house for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why. I think we was watching wrestling most of the time.
Yeah, wrestling's more important.
I believe so.
I'm sure you do. But anyways, yeah, Coneheads. Well, he still had Jane Curtis, you know, playing off him as his wife, so...
Yeah, but you can't... That's still his movie. It's not a great movie. Again, it's like Celtic Pride. Do you call it a good movie? David Spade was funny in it.
You know, I'll give it that. You know, we definitely enjoyed Celtic Pride, and Coneheads is another one. And he is kind of leading the cast, for sure. I'd say in both of those.
Yes.
You know, he is the more senior actor in Celtic Pride. I think he definitely carries the movie more than Daniel Stern. No offense to Daniel Stern, but... No,
Daniel Stern, underrated actor.
Very underrated, but...
He's got some great movies that I love.
I mean, well, he did carry Bushwhacked, so...
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, he has one under his belt. Another silly movie I thoroughly enjoyed as a kid. Another
movie I really enjoyed was Grosse Pointe Blank, but that was carried by John Cusack.
Another smaller part.
Hitman.
Yeah.
I can get behind these guys being Hitman all day.
Yeah.
He brought that fun to it.
Oh, so this guy, you like him being a hitman.
Yes.
But you seem to be weird about it when we're talking about Tom Hanks.
No, I wasn't weird about Tom Hanks. But in that other movie, he was a hitman, right?
Yeah.
20 years later, though. At that time, Tom Hanks killing somebody in 82 was weird.
Yeah.
Especially when I've watched all his movies, then go back and know through the 80s, he was this squeaky clean actor from Big.
Yeah, but this is like in the 90s. Gross Point Blank.
I know. Maybe times have changed.
Apparently.
I'm just saying.
I just say.
But I didn't really like that movie. Did you know he had a TV show?
Yes, it was a spin-off. Home Improvement, right?
He was the Reverend on Home Improvement, and the spin-off was called Soul Man. He was Reverend Mike Weber. I never watched it.
Nah, I didn't.
I have not watched one episode. Don't plan on watching it.
I remember seeing him on Home Improvement.
Yeah, he had that one episode, I believe. Maybe two.
Yeah.
Maybe two. It wasn't much.
Yeah, just the cameos.
Then he come on, he was Dad's, and he was this, and he was that. He was on According to Jim a couple episodes. I did love him as Yogi Bear.
So he was the voice of Yogi Bear?
Yes. He was Yogi, and Justin Timberlake was Boo Boo.
I never saw that movie.
I'm going to bet it's better than Toy Story.
You know, I'm gonna just go ahead and just bet you're wrong.
No. So, I'll tell you what. I will bet you a standard bet of $1 that it's better, and it's got human actors in it. Which
there's no way that Yogi Bear is a better movie than Toy Story.
I think so.
How is it that you saw Yogi Bear but you've never seen Toy Story?
Because Yogi is a beloved character.
But you're like, I don't watch cartoons, but
Yogi just wants a picnic basket.
So this is a character that you can just identify with?
Is that a fat joke put in there?
Yeah, a little bit.
Fucking hippies. Let me live!
One stolen picnic basket at a time.
No, what I'm saying is, there's adult actors in that.
Wait, so it's like one of those Who Framed Roger Rabbit kind of things?
Which I would love to. Who Framed Roger Rabbit was awesome.
Yeah, it's a great movie and all, but still, I don't see how Yogi Bear is more of a cultural phenomenon than fucking Toy Story.
Opinions vary.
Okay, here's a fun fact, or random question. How many sequels has Yogi gotten?
Well, if you count all his cartoons from the 80s coming up, quite a bit.
No. I want to know how many things with Yogi Bear in it came out after that movie.
I'm pretty sure they're in the works on the second one right now.
Pretty sure, huh?
Why not?
Yeah. Okay. I think that answered that question.
We have established that making money does not make a film great.
It helps.
It helps you make a second one. I'm not going to lie about that. But anyway, all he's done up then is just cameos, and his career kind of faded a little bit. So, we're going to get to some of his personal life now. It's my understanding that he's a big UFO buff.
You know, that's right. So, for those of you who have never heard this before, he believes, they are here, and he is super into not only just UFOs, but the supernatural in general.
Yeah, he believes in
all
ghosts and everything. That's where Ghostbusters started.
And he owns a lot of books about it and reads about it quite a bit. And he admits, he's just a dude, just an actor who it's just his interest. But he also talks very openly about it. And if you look it up on YouTube, he's in documentaries. I've even seen him as a guest host or interview on CNN about it, like talking to the head of SETI and things like that.
Yeah, I've noticed in researching this that he is not scared to talk about. He don't care what you think about him. And I've seen one where he firmly believes that a mothership is up in the Yukon, and ships are going there to meet the mothership. and there's videos and all this, and he believes it 1,000%.
That is some wacky shit, though. Like, come on, like...
It's nuts.
I'm all for believing the possibility of life outside of this planet, because it's a giant universe out there, and like the possibility of life at being elsewhere is, you know, it's pretty realistic that there's something out there.
Right.
Like, the odds are good. But that they're here now, and we're interacting with them, and all that stuff, no way. No way.
You would think he wrote The Watch. With those stories.
Maybe it was his pseudonym.
I'm saying. So, UFO buff, he's a cop, police buff. His great grandfather was a Mountie, Canadian Mountie. Big into police. He goes ride-alongs and this and that. He collects police items, police gear. So,
collects badges. He even owns a Ontario Provisional Police motorcycle that he rides around on.
That's pretty cool.
That is kind of cool.
That's just showing off your thing.
No, but get this. So he even one time helped subdue a drunken, disorderly passenger on a Montreal to LA flight. Like, he's not afraid to do what needs to be done.
He's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
No.
Good for him. Good for him. Oh, you know what else I found while we were doing this? It's one of the greatest things I've ever saw in my life. In 1987, there was a little movie that dropped. Maybe you remember it. It was written by Dan Aykroyd, and it was called Dragnet.
I think I remember the film.
I believe we talked about it last podcast.
You know, yeah, I believe we did.
But did you know there is a rap video out there with Tom Hanks and Dan Aykroyd rapping?
You know, I did know this.
I just saw it, and it was one of the greatest things I've ever saw in my life.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to put a link in the comments or below, because you guys are going to need to see this. This is insane.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to put the link down. Have to.
Not only is Dan Aykroyd able to just do the lyrics in that fake Joe Friday voice, but the hysterical part is Tom Hanks just yelling his lines. Just yelling.
Yeah, he talks about gonna make her a sacrifice.
Everything he says, he's just yelling it.
It is awesome. And I seen an interview years later, like older Tom Hanks. They asked him if he could remember the words, and he was like, well, I think it goes something like blah, blah, blah. And then he bust into it. That was pretty cool, too.
Wow.
The fact that he remembered that was pretty awesome. Another thing that Dan Aykroyd is really into is alcohol. Did you know this?
What do you mean?
He, not consuming, as far as branding, he has the Skull vodka, that the vodka comes in the Skull.
Oh, yeah.
He owns that.
Yeah.
That is his distillery.
Mm-hmm.
He has a winery.
Yeah.
And while we're on this subject, we are sipping on Basil Hayden whiskey tonight. It's a very nice bourbon whiskey. My cousin Gabe turned me on to it a while ago, and we enjoy it.
Tasty beverage. I recommend it if you were 21 and up.
So he's got the House of Blues, he's got the vodka, he's got the winery. So he is an entrepreneur, too. He's not scared to throw money at stuff and let's go. So UFOs are his biggest hobby, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm looking at my notes here. He has John Belushi, right?
Yeah.
His best friend in the world, done everything together. And Dan has actively talked about how much coke he used to flush down the toilet to keep away from John.
Mm-hmm.
John dies of an overdose. About a decade later, he's doing sneakers. He gets really close with River Phoenix. They become real good buddies. Drug overdose. Then, we go to Tommy Boy. I don't know how close him and Chris Farley were after that. Chris Farley dies of an overdose.
So, wait, are you telling me that Dan Aykroyd has left a trail of overdose celebrities in his wake?
That's the way it reads. Yes.
Well, here's another thing to throw in there, is everybody knows back in the early 80s, Carrie Fisher had a problem with cocaine.
She absolutely did. And overdose.
Yeah. And so, here's my thing. Dan Aykroyd's saying that he's flushing all his coke, but yet he's hanging out with all these people who love coke and drugs. And
well, that was the scene back in the 80s, though. That's what they did.
And he's the one who's just all clean and kind of unassuming. Where are they getting the drugs?
Are you attempting to say that Dan Aykroyd is a cocaine dealer to the stars?
It's a possibility.
My God.
It is something we need to seriously look at.
You don't think he's got enough money without slinging coke?
Well, why does he need to work? He sells coke.
Yeah, he don't.
Sells
really,
itself.
Well, he really don't work anymore. But Dan Aykroyd's not a cocaine dealer. Are we really putting that out into the universe right now?
Can you for sure say he's not?
Well, of course not. I don't have the fact. I'm not a detective. That's not my job.
There you go. You don't know. It's a possibility. But all I'm saying is if he's left a trail of dead celebrities in his wake, or coked out celebrities, or whatever, then that is a pattern that we need to look at.
Okay, here's what I'll say about this. First of all, if this turns out to be true, we're breaking the fucking news now.
If it turns out to be false, this is all hearsay, conjecture, blah, 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 legal stuff. Please don't sue.
He didn't have enough body of work. He did, but not as much as Tom Hanks. So we're not going to go through the whole bad movie, good movie, 80s, 2000s, because there's just not enough for that. So we're going to go favorite movie ever. What is your favorite Dan Aykroyd movie? Go.
Okay. So I'm actually going to go with one of his cameos. Because, I think I'm going to go Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2.
You're going to cameo?
I'm going cameo. Because that is what Dan Aykroyd is best at, is a character. He's a character actor. And so his ultimate character is in the movie Evolution, where he plays the governor of Arizona.
I'm trying not to unleash on you right now, but you're making it very, very difficult.
What?
All these lists of movies through the 80s where he was gold, and you're picking a fucking 90s movie?
Yeah.
You kiss my fat ass.
I'm taking the best Dan Aykroyd role. And this is Dan Aykroyd at his very best, just being a king of comedy, just swinging his dick around all over this movie, making it awesome.
Evolution.
Evolution. It's a great movie. I really like it.
Well, audience, how can I ever top that? Good Lord. Okay, back to the real person over here.
Oh, you're going to pick a real Dan Aykroyd movie?
A real Dan Aykroyd movie.
Alright, what's your real Dan Aykroyd movie?
The Great Outdoors. Roman Craig. His perfect role.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good role.
There's no argument coming from the other side because there can't be. It was awesome. He played a stuck-up stockbroker, but an asshole all at the same time.
Stuck-up stockbrokers are assholes.
But not funny assholes. He was funny ass. Made it even better. Oh, I love that movie. I can sit and watch that movie all day, all night. My brother loves it. My sister loves it. Jeff, Brianna. We can sit and watch The Great Outdoors. Big Bear Chase Me. It's said a lot, but my home.
Yeah, and I like John Candy movies as well.
Are you giving all the credit to John Candy?
John Candy does a lot of heavy lifting in that movie.
Oh, I disagree.
All the touching scenes, all the family moments.
Because Roman Craig, Dan Aykroyd, doesn't give a fuck about the family.
Because he's the supporting actor, not Carrie.
No, because he's the douchebag in this movie. And he plays the role great. John Candy, he's great in the movie. The bear scene is awesome. He has the water jet thing where he's the one doing the acrobatics. And he eats the 96-ounce steak. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But Roman is the one that grows in this movie. It's not John Candy. If you look at it from a perspective...
No.
If you look at it from a perspective... The fact that Roman Craig comes in not knowing how to talk to his family, doesn't give a shit about his family, doesn't care about anybody. He is the only character, other than probably the son Buck, that grows in that movie and has a change of heart. And normally that's your main character. Am I wrong?
No, you are wrong.
Well, how am I wrong on that point?
Because he immediately goes and takes advantage when they're leaving, and he's going to go and crash at John Candy's house.
Because he didn't have a house.
Yeah, and he's going to go take advantage of him. He didn't learn anything.
Did he cash the check?
I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a while. No?
I think I watched one movie. I watched that a couple weeks ago.
Alright, it's been a little while since I've seen the movie.
Okay. I get that. I watch it a lot more. I know we are both big 80s buffs as far as it comes. So, and to the audience, if we do a lot of 80s actors here starting out, that's what we know.
Just deal with it. It's what we like.
So, we're going to do 80s characters. So, if there's somebody you would rather us see or do and help us get a list together, we have a little list that we're going through. Just comment down below and we will start doing those actors and actresses if you feel like you want to hear us badmouth somebody.
Yeah, because we really only have about 4 or 5 people on our list. So, help us out.
Alright, now we're going to go to Max Facts. Is a new segment we're calling it, since people liked the facts last time. Mac, what do you have for us?
Alright, so here's the random facts that I dug up during the research for the podcast. As a child in the early 1960s, he was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome and Asperger's syndrome. The syndromes had mostly subsided by the time he was 14. So,
but still there.
Yeah. So that could kind of explain some of the things.
That makes him more of an icon. To come through all that.
It does. Developmental challenges are definitely something, a hurdle to get over.
Right. Not
sure.
It's not that you can't get over them, but it makes it a little harder.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one I found. He is a victim of syndactylism. It is a birth defect where several digits are fused together. So his toes are fused together, and you can see this in Mr. Mike's Mondo video from 1979 where he takes his shoes and socks off on screen. And you can see this.
Are you telling me Dan Aykroyd has web feet?
Yeah.
Okay, stop. Okay, let's stop. Stop. We are talking about a guy that believes in so much spiritual stuff and UFOs and aliens. He's got Tourette's and Asperger's and has web feet. When are we going to call him an alien?
Well, I'm not sure if they're so much as webbed as they are fused.
I'm just saying. Does the alien bells not go off? Or is that just me? Am I being an asshole? Let me know.
You might be an asshole.
I might be being an asshole right now.
So one other thing I found out, this is kind of neat. It kind of shows that what a guy he shows himself to be is that every Canada Day, July 1st, which is also his birthday, he performs some sort of civic duty in Kingston, Ontario. And one year was appointed a citizenship judge where he is sworn in some immigrants as Canadian citizens.
Good for him. Humanitarian? Alien? Maybe. But he's doing some good.
Or a smokescreen cover for a drug empire. Also probable.
So we're really not sure after this podcast exactly what Dan Aykroyd is or does.
Is he a good guy? Is he an alien?
The good guy thing, I was on the meanest celebrities or mean celebrities, whatever, and they give a rating.
Oh no.
People do it on there. He's 69% asshole.
Ooh.
Yeah, is the rating on him.
So, okay, so is he a good guy? Probably not.
He does good civic duties.
Yeah, 1 day a year.
It's more than me.
Fair enough.
I don't do anything for the public.
Yeah. He's got us both beat, actually, so. Ooh.
Just before we got ready to record this, we had an amazing announcement come across. And it was just luck had it that we were doing Dan Aykroyd. tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it has been announced that a new Ghostbusters is being written as we speak.
What?
Yes, sir. Dan Aykroyd is writing a new Ghostbusters, supposed to be for the original cast. Of course, not Harold Ramis, rest in peace. But the original cast, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, Dan Aykroyd, might be coming back for another Ghostbusters.
Oh my god. Wow. This is everything I've been dreaming about.
I've been waiting. And let's face it, that last Ghostbusters,
it just
trash.
Did not deliver what we wanted. The Ghostbusters video game is more of what we wanted than that.
I agree. And though I love Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig, that movie was trash. You fucking took Thor and made him into a secretary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Can't get down with it. So, a new Ghostbusters in the making? Boom. I'm so happy about that.
Stoked.
I hope I live to see it. I really do. Who knows?
Me too, I guess. Wow.
You never know.
Fun fact, speaking of, do you know who Slimer is in the movie?
I do not. He's a ghost. I mean, there's not an actor that plays him. What the hell are you talking about?
So, you always kind of notice he's like the friendly ghost. He is the ghost of John Belushi.
That's great. Because he's so menacing. Like, he's sitting there with a bottle of wine, just chugged the fuck down.
That's exactly what the ghost of John Belushi would be doing if he was hanging out with you. Just, like, mowing down on food and booze.
Yeah. I'm happy to hear that. I'm going to go watch Ghostbusters. Just for the point. I want to see John Belushi in another film.
One last time.
Oh, by the way, this is for you old people out there. Last night we were sitting down researching. We decided to rent a movie that we hadn't watched. It was called Neighbors. John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd. Had to be a hit, right? No.
Wow.
Absolutely. Weird. Just a weird movie.
A miss. A
very big miss. So, the people that's a little older out there, the teenagers went to watch this movie. Was it a hit in the 80s?
Did anybody like it?
I don't get it. They tried to combine the spookiness and the comedy that we saw played out perfectly in The Burbs.
Yeah, but it came out like 8 years before The Burbs.
And was absolutely trash. That was just a weird movie.
Yeah.
Like, we wanted to turn it off halfway through. It was so weird.
Unpleasant and off-putting.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy it.
You felt weird watching it.
Yeah.
It's just trash.
The one thing I will give it is John Belushi looking like a normal human being.
Well, you want to know why, and I found this out. The reason he looked like a normal human being, he was still trying to shake the Animal House role of Bluto. So he was trying to shake that role. He still looked at... It's kind of the reverse of Tom Hanks.
Uh-huh.
Remember, Tom Hanks didn't want to do the...
he didn't want to play a father.
With a father?
Yeah.
He wanted to stay the partier.
Yeah.
John Belushi was trying to shake the partier role and get to a normal place of acting.
That makes sense. He was trying very hard to play a normal guy.
Yeah, I didn't like it personally.
Yeah, it was...
There was nothing about that movie I liked. I just want to throw that out there because I wasted $3.99 fucking cents. Thank you, fucking Amazon. Appreciate it. Assholes. They shouldn't even sell a movie like that. It's like tricking you.
Yeah, that should be on Prime. Come on. Like, just let that be free.
Yeah, it's like entrapment. Here's John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
But you gotta pay for it. But you're not gonna like it.
Yeah. I felt violated on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's going to do us for the Dan Aykroyd podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as we did.
Yeah, thank you all for listening. We really enjoy doing these, and we hope you enjoy listening to more. For once, we actually have decided who we're going to do next week. Jeremy, who are we going to talk about next week?
We are going 6 degrees of Tom Hanks. as we dive in with Denzel Washington next week. Should be a great one.
Yes, I am super stoked to talk about Denzel.
And me as well. So please subscribe, like, comment, let us know how you liked it, how we're doing. Feel free to put anything you want down at the bottom, and click on the link for the wrap, because that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm Jeremy, looking good.
I'm Mac, feeling good.